Hello, custom car enthusiasts, and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So, if you don't remember from the end of the last episode, I went ahead and picked up the story mission car. Hello, what can I say? Those used car dealers are a special kind. My crown, which I recently got from one of those clowns, is becoming worse with each passing day. A little bit of spelling error there. Do a general inspection and replace any worn parts. Thanks. So we need to change the oil, that's not an issue. We need a long list of parts, including the engine blocks. So basically, the engine's gonna have to come out. Let's go ahead and run our test, though, just to see if anything else is wrong. So let's start with the tires, just to see how the tires are. I can already see the exhaust there is going to need to be pulled. Alright, tires look okay. See how the battery and such is. Battery is shot, the alternator is shot. Gotcha. Okay, finding some more of the issues. Some of the pistons are in trouble. Don't think we're going to have an OBD scanner for this. Hey, actually we do. Alright, I stand corrected. The ABS module, the spark plugs, the ignition coil. Wow. Alright. So, yeah, we've got a long list here. Fuel pressure test. Why not test this? See how the fuel tank is doing and such. Because that's one part I wouldn't take out otherwise. The fuel pump's bad, so I'm going to have to take that out as well. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this lifted up. Because first thing I want to do is get under here, take out these parts on the bottom and such that I need to, including the fuel pump here. Alright, so fuel pump's out, rear muffler's coming off, the exhaust pipe's coming off, middle muffler. Let's just take off the catalytic converter as well. Alright, now that I was able to get up here some. Alright, so we've got a turbo attached to this. Oh, this one's going to be a mess to take apart, it looks like. Alright. Let's lower it down to see what we can see here. I may have to take off the front wheels in order to get this out. I'm not sure. Alright, we know the battery's bad, so that's coming out. Brake servo looks bad. The ABS pump definitely needs to come out. Alright, let's go ahead and bring the crane over and just see what it says with this particular one. Because I'm not sure what I'm going to have to take off. We don't have a drive shaft going to the back, so it's a front wheel drive. And I don't know what it's going to need off. Unmount gearbox from the car. Alright, so I need to get the gearbox off. Here's the gearbox. And for that, I need this off, which means I need that off. So yeah, I'm going to need the tires off, it looks like. Alright then. Well, this is a bit unique, but we'll get it done. Probably I could just remove it here, but I did want to take those pieces off because I did feel like they could be problematic for us. Same thing on this side. If I'm taking the tire off, I'm going to take the brakes apart because why would I not? Alright, those are off. Now that can come off. Now I have to get it from the engine bay. Alright. So a bit of an interesting thing there, having to take off those parts in order to just get to the gearbox. But we got it out. Accessible from under the car. Hey, gotta make it challenging. That's alright though. Alright, now do I have to remove anything else in order to get this pulled out? Because I'd rather just pull it out all in one if I can. Need to remove the turbo. Had a feeling that might be the case. So, turbocharger. And we're going to need to get this from under the car. Alright. Now we should be good. Drain the oil. With all the other stuff, I completely forgot about the oil. Alright, well, let's get it back up into the air. Put that on there. Get that oil drained. Return it to where it goes. Lower this down yet again. And see if we're now in a position to go ahead and remove that engine. Hey, there we go. Alright, you go back to where you belong. Let's go ahead and add engine. There we go. Now we're going to completely disassemble this. I have a feeling a lot of this is just going to need to be replaced. It looks very, very rusty. It's so bad in some ways that I'm not actually even sure on some of the parts what I'm taking off, just because they're just all blending in with the same brown color. I really can't believe he didn't notice this when he was buying it. Alright, take that fuel rail off. Fuel filter off. Hopefully we'll be able to repair some of this stuff, because otherwise it's all going into scrap heap, I think. And yes, I know that some of the spark plugs and stuff may not have to be replaced, but you know what? With it being this bad, we're replacing them all. Alright, before we go any further on that side, let's go ahead and rotate the engine. Take this oil pan off. So we can get to the pistons and such. I always like freeing up the crankshaft and the pistons early on in my taking apart of the vehicle, and I like putting them back early on as well. Just feel like it's easier that way. Alright, all that's taken care of. Let's go ahead and rotate it back over. Get that timing belt off. engine head itself off. Oh. Almost forgot about the clutch and such. Alright. Everything is off. Let's go to the bench and see about repairing what we can. Looks like I'm actually getting some parts to be repaired. Alright, so we've got all that taken care of. For one, is that everything off the car that we needed? No, we still got another part that's not even discovered yet. So there's at least one more part that's still bad on this car. I'm wondering about the air filter personally. Yep, it was the air filter. Perfect. I doubt any of these pieces can be repaired. Oh, no, I stand corrected. Don't really have to repair these, but I like to. Put things on there nice and cleaned. Alright, so let's go ahead and put these in place by name. So we are going to need to buy a decent amount of parts here, but that's okay. We do have this barn location here, but that's going to be actually something for next episode. And I'll talk about that when we get to that episode. For now, though, I'm going to go ahead and purchase all these parts, then I'll be right back. Alright, so let's go ahead and start rebuilding this engine. Let's go ahead and start with the engine block. Then we'll get the crankshaft put in. We'll put in these pieces here in the back just so I don't forget them later. So I'd say with this one it was about 50% rebuild and 50% new parts. But overall, again, I'm really enjoying getting to repair some of the parts. I think it's a great thing. It makes it a bit easier. Do need to put in the pistons here first with their new rings. Alright. Oop. Didn't want to do that actually yet. Want to get these caps put on and then the oil pan put on. Again, that way I'm just done with the underside of the engine. Don't have to worry about it. Whoa. Why do I have that rod cap still? Huh. Alright, well I need to buy one more rod cap evidently. Did not realize I hadn't gotten that taken care of. There we go. Simple enough fix. Let's get rid of the garbage one. And that would be a costly mistake in a garage, I would think, because you might have to wait a day or two before you could get that extra rod cap in, and that would just be unfortunate for the customer. So, not a mistake I want to be making. Alright, now we've got the engine right side up. Let's go ahead and start adding more of these parts on. Love how everything's all shiny and new now. Great to see it looking more like it should. Fit the two camshafts in. There we go. Throttle put in place. Let's get the timing belt into place. Now we can put on the cover. Let's get the overall engine cover on. Then we can put the spark plugs and ignition coils in place. I did buy all of these new because just sort of my thing. I prefer it that way. There's nothing still that's attached to. Really don't like it just suspended in midair there. So I'm going to leave it off for right now. There we go. Let's get the water pump put in. Alright, let's put that in place, see what we still have left. Alright. These are all going onto the car. Yeah, so we're good to go over to the car now. Let's go ahead and start adding parts here. Get the new air filter in. Get the rebuilt air cover on. The air filter cover. And its rebuilt clips. Put the new battery in. Get the brake servo put in. The ABS pump and the module put in. Right, so all of that's in place. Let's go ahead and drop the engine back in place. Alright, engine's back in. Put that back where it goes. Get it up into the air so we can start installing the stuff on the bottom. New fuel pump. The whole new exhaust system here. Alright, so that's going to have to be from the engine bay. While we're under here, though, let's get the gearbox put back in. Then the starter will be from the engine bay. We'll get the drive shaft put in here, though. As I said, these weren't required, but, you know, I either repaired or improved or bought new ones so that way the front brakes are all taken care of as well. Did not do anything with the rims because this isn't my vehicle. Same thing on this side. There we go. And I believe now we can lower it down and put in the last few pieces. New turbocharger. Why did that? Oh, I must not have put in one of the screws. I was wondering why it didn't go in. That was sort of odd. Alright, I believe that is everything that I had. Oh, almost forgot though. He did want an oil change as well. There we go. Everything's taken care of there. That's taken care of as well. And there we have it. So that was an enjoyable car to work on. Next episode, we're going to try something new, something a bit different here. Now, I'm sure other people have done it. In fact, I know people have, but I haven't done it. And I'm going to let you figure out what that is, and we'll talk about it in the next episode. For now, though, if you enjoyed what I did in this episode, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all again for more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018.